Growing Big with Steve Bartilla.
When it comes to laying out a property, we all want quick, easy solutions to things. Okay, what is the best food plot? What seed should I be planting on my property? How should I lay out my property? What method did you use so I can go ahead and apply it to my ground? It's for those of us who are serious and have a burning desire to improve our property, it's a copycat league just like football. We want to figure out what works for other people and replicate it on our place. There's a key problem with this, and that is every single property is different. Every region is different. Every neighboring property is different. How much pressure do they have? What's the topography like? What's the mix of open ground to timber? Is it an ag region? Is it a heavily forested region? Cookie cutters just don't work. They don't, because every single property is different. So what we need to do, our job as managers, is to get out there and learn our ground. We have all sorts of tools at our disposal. There's hinge cutting. Just in hinge cutting, you can create blockades, you can create bedding areas, you can create edge feathering. Those are good things, okay? But that's not the only way to skin a cat. We can also plant trees. We can plant native grass mixes to add cover. There's our cover and bedding right there. We can go ahead and use fencing if we want to go ahead and blockade deer. There's a ton of different tools out there at our disposal, and that's what we want to do as managers. We want to learn what all can we do. Okay, then we get out to our ground, we tear it apart. How are the deer using it? How can we tweak this property a little bit to make it so that we have high odds, low impact stand sites, make it so the deer don't realize we're there. What you do is you analyze the property and then you look at the toolbox. Do I want to use edge feathering? Do I want to create a kill plot? Do I want to create a blockade? Do I want to create screening? Where do I want the screening to be? How can I set up my mock scrapes so that I waste as much time with those bucks as possible? Because every second they waste on my ground, they're not over on the neighbor's. Okay, and you know what? They jump the fence. That neighbor has every right in the world to shoot that deer, and all we should do is congratulate them for it, no matter how much it might sting, because they have every right to do that, just like we have every right on our property to do what we can to improve the hunting. But do not look for that magic bullet, that magic habitat improvement plan. I'm just going to go ahead and take sidewalks and clover snake trails and hinge cut bedding areas, and I'm going to create a racetrack around my property, and the bucks are going to jump on that racetrack, and they're going to go round and round and round and round and round in circles all day long, and I'm going to kickle the heck out of them. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, you have to match the improvements to your ground. You do that, and you are so much further ahead.
Growing Big is brought to you by Wildlife Research Center, the gold standard. Reconics, see what you've been missing. Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer. The Heater Bodysuit, you stay warm or your money back. Furminator, the best food plot implement on earth. Bush Hog, performance you can count on. Redneck Blinds, the best hunting blinds on the planet. Chestnut Hill Nursery and Orchards. And foodplotsfordeer.com, planning your habitat improvements and improving your hunting.
It doesn't matter if we are talking about what food plot seed to plant on our ground for the deer, what's best to plant, or whether we're talking about habitat manipulation. There is no cookie cutter, there is no one size fits all way of doing this. The best way is to build our knowledge on what we can do. Take those tools, put them in our habitat improvement toolbox. Okay, learn our ground. Determine the best path forward, and then use what tools work best in those situations. You do that, you go ahead and create a bunch of high odds, low impact deer stands, and you're going to be much further off.
Growing Big with Steve Bartilla.